All right, Lady Oshun, how long have you been giving readings?
I've been reading all my life, but I've been doing it professionally for the last 40 years.
Now, why should anybody visit a spiritual advisor?
For the same reason that they visit a doctor, a lawyer, a life coach, because they want to know what's going on, what to do, what they should avoid, what are my possibilities, and sometimes they just want a sounding board. They just want to sound off what they already intuitively know and see how does that how is that sound? Is it ridiculous? You know, most people are very intuitive. Most people are spiritually, everybody's spiritually inclined, but some people don't recognize it. Some people just, pass it off as saying, that's my imagination. So they come to someone such as myself to find out if what they're thinking or what has come to them, is that really valid, or is that just, something that I thought up?
Now, all through life is full of decisions. And when we're younger, we make some good decisions and we make some bad decisions. Then we spend the rest of our life trying to correct those bad decisions when we were younger. Do you think teenagers, do you think teenagers and 20-year-olds should seek out some spiritual person for advice?
Absolutely. In Africa, they see they start seeing the Babalawo. Well, and not in all Africa, but in the Yoruba tradition, they start seeing a Babalawo at birth to map out what their vocation is going to be, what they should, what their life path should lead to. I absolutely think so. I have many young children that sit in my classes with the adults. They don't want to be in the Sunday school. They want to be in our classes so that they can learn how to map their life course and how to make the correct decisions and how to listen to the sacred, still small voice within themselves.
I say that because many young ladies and young men, we produce children and we have babies by the wrong mamas and daddies. How are we going to stop that? You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to tell you what they told me, and I didn't listen. They said that we should look at a person's family tree before we hook up. My dad told me, if you don't want to have a baby by that person, don't lay down with them. And you should look at his family, his or her family. Is the daddy crazy? Is the auntie crazy? Look and check out their family tree. Not how much money they have in the bank, because insanity and mental instability has nothing to do with economics. And remember, if you're having children, this is going to be passed down to your children. So grandpa was crazy and might have skipped over the generation that your boyfriend or girlfriend is in, but your child may inherit it. You need to check it out.
Also, there's so many young ladies and young men, there's so many adults looking for love.
Ooh.
How do you find the right mate?
I'm speaking on that tomorrow. First of all, your right mate is already within you. There should be a marriage of the divine energies of male and female within you. There should be that perfect balance. When you are balanced, you will attract the right mate to you. But if you are not balanced, if you're not where you're going to be, you're still going to attract to you that which you are. So remember, if you're not being authentic, if you're not being true to yourself, if you have ulterior motives, look out. That's what you're going to attract into your life. You're going to attract somebody who's not sincere. You're going to attract somebody who is, with the same ulterior motives that you've got. So you've got to be what you want in a mate. And recognize no matter where you are, that's what you're going to get.
There's a lot more,
Oh yeah.
women and men out here that's single, if you will. Well, let's focus on the young ladies. If a young lady, whether she is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and she just wants to find with a husband or just a date for Friday night. What should she do? What are the steps for attracting that good date, that decent man?
That was the key. Decent man. Decent man. You know, a lot of women, and you know, I have a daughter, I have granddaughters, I have great granddaughters, and their choices have not always been the best thing for them. But a girl who goes out looking is going to attract whatever's out there. That's just like, you know, here's a pile of food and there's going to be flies attracted to it. If you go out wearing skimpy clothes and, you know, you got on your club clothes and you're going to get negative attention and you're going to meet somebody in the club, now that's where you met them. That's their life. That's what they are. So don't look for a loaf of bread in the meat market. Let it come to you. If you are a young lady and you're looking for somebody decent, you've got to be decent yourself, and you've got to allow the universe to bring that person to you. Don't look for it. Be chose. Don't go choose. And if you choose, you're going to wish that you hadn't.
Now, we're in Chicago, and I tell ladies all the time, Mr. Right may not be here in Chicago. You may have to go to Seattle or Los Angeles or Miami or Jacksonville, Florida. Sometimes don't you have to go out?
My husband was from the Bahamas. I had to go all the way to another country to find my husband. But, you know, Spirit will take you where you need to be to find what's right for you at that time. And sometimes, even though it's not Mr. Right, it's Mr. Right now. It's preparing you for Mr. Right. You need to know what it is that you don't want in order to know what it is that you do want. And don't be so selective. You know, we look at the outer appearance. Start looking at the inner man. Don't worry about what kind of car he's got. Don't worry about what kind of clothes he wears, what kind of gear he's got, what kind of bling he's got. What is he going to do for you? Is he going to add something to your life? Is he going to celebrate your femininity? Is he going to make you feel good as a woman? Or is he needy and needs you to build up his ego? You have to take all these things into consideration. Don't just settle, you know, just to say you got a man or a woman.